This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We begin at 4 with developing news in University City. 3 15-year-old boys are dead after a car crashed into a vacant home. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. That crash happened at the intersection of Groby Road and Mulberry Lane around 6:30 this morning. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer has been following this story all day. She joins us live now with new information about the victims. Diamond.
Well, Brent and Kay, the Ladue School District spokesperson actually told me in a phone call this afternoon that all 3 boys in this deadly crash were students at Ladue High School. She also says that they deployed crisis intervention counselors and school counselors in case students need someone to talk to today. Now, I want to take you to some video that we took today. This all happened this morning at 6:30, and the investigators say that 3 boys took one of their parents' cars. Now, the car lost control and hit a vacant house on Groby Road near Mulberry Lane, and all 3 boys were found inside of the car and pronounced dead at the scene. University City Police responded and later requested the Missouri State Highway Patrol to take over this investigation. State Patrol calls the crash violent because of how fast the car was traveling and how crushed the car was.
The University City Police Department requested the Highway Patrol to come in and assist with the investigation. And then once we arrived on scene, they just went ahead and requested we just go ahead and take over the investigation. And we brought in our crash reconstruction team. So they started documenting the crash scene from here and backing it up the hill.
The Missouri State Patrol says that they have informed all 3 families about this crash, and they are currently grieving the losses of their sons. Now, they also say a part of this investigation and continuing it will be looking for witness statements and also camera footage that captured this crash and it all happened. Reporting live in University City, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
All right, Diamond, such a tragic ordeal. Thanks. 5 on your side will stay on top of this story as it develops. Be sure to download the 5 on your side app for the very latest information.
A St. Louis police officer is recovering after a crash this morning on westbound I-70 near Salisbury Street. Police say the officer hit some debris, then lost control before crashing into the median. He was taken to a hospital to be checked out, but is expected to be okay. All right, time for the Weather First forecast. We're going to take a live look at the Belleville Arts District. A perfect Wednesday afternoon after yesterday's rain and storms. Meteorologist Tracy Hinson now with a look at these picture-perfect temperatures. Tracy?
It is starting to feel like fall, kind of. I think many of us will say the 80s isn't fall-like, but you can almost hear it out there with the breeze we have against those leaves. Right now, we're looking at just cumulus clouds out there by the Gateway Arch. It's beautiful. Temperatures are in the mid-70s, and there's no heat index. Isn't that great news? Winds are out of the west-northwest, just about 10 miles per hour. Our humidity is in check at 58%. Temperatures over the next 12 hours here, they're going to steadily drop down into the 70s by around midnight, and then by the early morning hours we're going to be in the comfortable low 60s. So if you're up early, open up those windows, let in that cool fresh air. Tomorrow we make it all the way up into the low 80s with very pleasant conditions, a little less breezy for us tomorrow. You're definitely going to notice that. Winds out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Our sunrise is at 6:36, and if you are right up at that time, you walk out the door, it's going to be a little humid, but after that the humidity will improve.
All right, Tracy, we'll see you shortly. Police are investigating a shooting in North St. Louis County that hurt 2 people. It happened just before 9:30 last night at a home on Scott Avenue in Spanish Lake. That's where police found 2 men shot. Both are being treated in the hospital. We're told 1 man has life-threatening injuries. Police did not say what led up to that shooting.
Representatives from multiple police and fire departments plan to attend a town hall on safety in West St. Louis County tonight. According to St. Louis County Police, nearly 75% of all reported crimes in the county are property related. That's followed by person-to-person crime at 22%. At the town hall, they'll discuss safety concerns, including car theft, crisis preparation, fentanyl use, and more. The meeting starts at 6:30 tonight. It's at the Baldwin Golf Course on Holloway Road. All are welcome to attend. Beginning next week, St. Mary's Southside Catholic High School will beef up its attendance and security protocols at football games.
That's right. The school was forced to shut down a game due to fights and a shooting Friday night and move this Friday's home game to Waterloo. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings is live with new information that he's obtaining from police. Travis.
Well, Brent K., no one was hurt during all of this. In fact, it happened right here inside of these gates at St. Mary's High School during a varsity football game where you see the team practicing right now. Staff tell me that it was started by a group of students who didn't belong to the school here. Now, when police moved everybody out of this area at the park here, following the fights, a group gathered at this gas station across the street. Police say a 14-year-old boy who was not a St. Mary's student fired a 9mm handgun that was reported stolen out of U City. The teen ran from police and threw the gun while trying to get away. Now, as a result of the chaos, St. Mary's is making some changes. Students are not allowed to bring in a bag or backpack of any kind. Adults may bring in a clear or see-through bag that's going to be checked before entry. They're also expanding patrol and having athletes register their attendees.
So we're addressing a societal issue as best we can because safety is our #1 priority. And with that being the #1 priority, it's kind of going to take away some of these other things that we used to, appreciate and enjoy so much. And it is a bit disappointing and discouraging. Hopefully sometime that can change.
The school will implement its new protocol at next week's home game. For now, they're going to play at Waterloo this weekend. As far as that 14-year-old, he was released through a guardian after he was brought to the detention center. He is facing charges including discharging a firearm within the city as well as possessing stolen property. We're live in South City. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Homeless people living in an encampment under I-44 and 55 in St. Louis, they're being evicted. The encampment is close to Gratiot Street downtown. According to MoDOT crews, they were hired to perform inspections there, and they're concerned with safety and debris in the area. They say no trespassing and notice to vacate signs were posted there. MoDOT says it relies on the city and social service providers to provide resources to those experiencing homelessness.
Well, phone lines are back online for the HSHS Medical Group and Prairie Cardiovascular in the Metro East. This comes more than a week after phones and internet went down at all hospitals and clinics in the HSHS system. That was during a cyber attack. Well, they're receiving a lot of calls right now. So many callers may experience delays because of it. People are asked not to call hospitals if they're trying to reach a clinic location.
Another attack on civilians in Ukraine, and many are questioning the timing of this Russian missile strike.